Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to the Airbrush Garage. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to be doing part one of a two-part video. So in part one I'm going to be showing you how I took this plain white plastic mask, prepped it, sealed it, and got it ready for paint. So if that's something you're interested in, please stick around, consider subscribing, hit that bell so you get future notifications. Thumbs up would be great, a couple comments, good or bad, really helps out with YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out all my Amazon affiliate links down below for the products I use in this video and all my other videos. And with that, let's get started. All right, so before we do any kind of painting, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the mask. I'm going to remove all of the padding inside. These happen to all be Velcroed in, which is really nice and handy. I mean, some of them are snapped in, some are Velcroed in. Take all the straps off. After I do that, I'm going to be taking a scuffing pad. I'll try the scuffing pad first. Now this is a used helmet. You can see there's some dirt on it. There's some scratches on it. So I'm going to try the scuffing pad first to see where it's at. If I need to hit it with a little bit more aggressive sandpaper. But as far as the scuffing pad goes, it's just a smoothing pad. It's a pad for final sanding before a primer coat. This one here happens to be a Master Pro. You can get it at any of your auto body shops. It really doesn't matter as long as it's a scuffing pad that is meant for scuffing before primer. So once we do that, we're going to load up some of the Createx Autoborne Sealer White. We'll seal everything up, and then we'll get it all prepped up and ready to airbrush. All right, now that we got everything off and all apart, you got all your pieces and parts in a little cup, set that aside so you don't lose any of them. What I'm going to do with this next is I'm going to clean it. Because you can see it was right off the ball field basically. Like I said before, you got some dirt and some, little bits and grits of sand in there, maybe even in the pores of this thing. You really don't want to take the scuff pad and just start scuffing it right in. You're only going to just scratch it up even worse. So if you guys seen any of my videos on what the best cleaner I think is when you're using Createx, it's mineral spirits. So we're going to take a little bit of mineral spirits here, and we're just going to wipe the mask down and try to get all, as much dirt off of it as we can before we hit it with the scuff pad. All right, so once you think you got it cleaned up pretty good, what you're going to want to do is inspect it for any kind of stickers. You're going to want to peel off any stickers unless you're going to want those stickers to stay. Otherwise, you're going to see the sticker, up underneath the paint. It's going to be raised up a little bit, and all you're going to have to do is try to cover it anyway. So any stickers that you don't want to be visible, very carefully take them off with a razor blade. Now, it is plastic, so you don't want to be cutting into the plastic, so just be very careful. You're going to want to hit that with a little bit of mineral spirits again just to get the stickiness off. So as you can see, it's going to leave some residue underneath the sticker. So I just want to stop here for a minute and just let you know that even if this was a new helmet, you'd still have to scuff it up because you got the shiny surface and you don't want to be painting over the shiny surface. You're going to have to knock that shine off. So you give your painter, your primer, something to bite to. If you spray right over this slick, shiny surface, your paint will look good at first, but it'll never stick for long. All right, so these are looking pretty good. I can't stress enough. Your paint job is only going to be as good as your prep work underneath your paint job. You have to make sure that there's no shiny spots. That's the first thing. Second thing, paint don't stick to dirt either. So it's got to be clean. So don't skimp on this step. Take your time with it. There's a lot of contours in a mask like this or a helmet, and you really want to make sure you get this or sandpaper down in between those grooves. And if you see anything shiny, you want to make sure it's not shiny before you put that first coat on. So I'm going to give this one more quick look, hit a few spots if I see any, then we'll get ready to put the sealer on. All right, so I'm going to do first, I'm going to mix up my white Autoborne sealer with 10% of the 4011. So I got my measuring cup here, and it's got my ounces right here on the side. The cup I'm going to be putting it into with my spray gun is a 3-ounce cup. So I'm going to go about 2 ounces and then 10% reducer. So when it comes to the Autoborne sealer, I like to run it through a screen. With my airbrush paints, I don't screen those. All right, now 10% of the 4011 reducer. So you're really going to want to mix this up, and then you're going to want to let it sit for about 10 minutes so it all emulsifies together before you spray it. That's what Createx recommends. I've tried it the other way without waiting. It doesn't work as well. The longer you let it sit, the better off you are. All right, so before I get started, as you can see, I got a respirator, and you can probably hear the exhaust fan behind the camera. It's very important, even though it's a waterborne paint, you're going to have a lot of overspray, so you're still going to want a mask. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in. Just real quick, again, I got a Pache HG08 0.08 needle nozzle combination with the 3-ounce cup. I got about 2.5 ounces in it. I think that'll be enough to do this. If not, I have a little bit still over there. I got my pressure set to about 27 psi. And with that, let's give it a shot. All right, well, the fan's keeping everything nice and clear, so it's really good. So it's going to put a light coat. I'm going to put about 2 to 3 light coats on this. I'm going to build it up a little heavier each coat, and you'll be able to see where, like this black logo that's already painted on there, it has no edge to it, but you'll see how this will cover that up. Once that's all covered up, we're good to go. All right, so now that we got the Autoborn sealer on and everything is looking really good, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to base coat all of this with a metallic white, a coarse white. It's listed as coarse. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add just 10% of the UVLS gloss to it, and that's going to change this paint more into a more durable urethane. And then I'm going to finish it off with 10% of the 4011. So I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and spray the base coat. All right, we're back and we're all mixed up. So all of the airbrushes I'm going to be using to do this are all Iwata airbrushes, with the exception of this particular airbrush. This is a Krios PS290 airbrush. It has a 0.5 needle. It's the only 0.5 needle I have in my arsenal of airbrushes here. But I do like this. It's kind of trigger style right here. So I do like this to do, you know, small base coats, shooting exactly what we're doing here, so you don't have to pull out a big gun. Now that the first coat is dry, I'm going to put another coat on it, just because it's really hard to see sometimes this metallic white, especially when you're going white over white. So you want to do another coat. I have enough mixed up here, so I might as well use it. You always want to do a second coat just to make sure you got everything. Well, all right, there you have it. We're all prepped, sealed, and ready to start airbrushing. So hopefully you got something from this video. If you did, you know the drill. Comments, check out them links, thumbs up. And with that, I hope you check out part 2, and we'll see you in the next video.